A couple of weeks ago I said within the month USO is going to be below 100. It's already below 100. It's already retraced its base 2 weeks ahead of target. And I think now it is looking like it's ready to do something on the upside, a bounce. And if you look, if we can zoom out a little bit here, you can see a descending wedge now, which is a bullish development. And you can see volume has just kind of tapered off. And I think what's been happening here is margin calls have been coming in, and slowly these traders have been getting stopped out, and they've been clearing out of their positions, and that's why you're not seeing the same amount of downward momentum. I think it's just been a lot of covering of those margin calls, and I think, you know, by now a lot of those traders are out of those positions. But I do think the USO is ready for a bounce, and I had a position in Doug. We're going to talk about that in a minute. I got out of it. I actually shorted, and this is why I say, you know, go to my website. I shorted UAUA airline, and on I think it was on Thursday, I shorted it, and the same day I actually bought puts actually, and on the same day before market close, those puts had doubled. They had doubled. So go to the website. Definitely check out some of those posts there. I think it's a very valuable tool for you besides just these videos. But I think if there's more upside here, and I still hold puts in UAUA, and I hold puts in Southwest and LUV for this very reason, a bounce in oil. I also hold a short position in DTO, which is the double short crude oil. So I'm actually short the double short. Okay, so let's take a look at some 3C charts here real quick. And let me see which one I want to show you here. 60-minute. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can see this is where we're making our call that oil was going to break down. It retested over here. Big, huge negative divergence. Oil broke down in a big way. But if we can zoom in, we can see that downward momentum is waning. And we're pretty close actually to making a positive divergence over here. So I think that if I were in a short on crude, I would probably be wrapping that up real soon, because I think this thing can bounce at any moment now. I wanted to also show you a 5-minute chart over here. Now here's the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. You can see it's just moving higher and higher. This is accumulation. Again, wow. It's been flattening out all day Friday. Let's zoom in a little bit. You can see lower lows, higher lows. That's accumulation. So I think USO sometime early next week is probably going to make a big move. I would think it could probably move up to about 105. That's what I'm looking for. You can see again, as it's been moving higher, did not follow it up, broke down over here. And let's zoom in a little bit here. A leading positive divergence here on a 15-minute version of this indicator. I'll show you one more. Another leading positive divergence. So I really do think there's some traders accumulating a position here for a big, basically short squeeze, and that descending wedge is promising, I think, a move up higher, and I think it could happen as early as Monday. So be very careful if you are in a short position there, or if you're, you know, long airlines and you've got a nice profit. I'd be looking at maybe taking some off the table, or at least thinking about it. This heat map, you can see this position for me, I would be out of it back here. I would be long out of it. And here's some Bollinger Band setup I used. There's 10-minute. Here's a 5-minute. Notice it's really pinching here. And 1 minute, it's ready to really explode, I think, to the upside. And let's see what else we have. One final thing I want to just take a look at real quick is OIH. And OIH, I had been preaching the buying of DUG. We made a huge profit in DUG. I got in DUG at 28, and I had some calls at 30 that I exercised. I just got out of DUG at 37.75. It's probably going to be more useful for me to show you DUG and why I got out, and why I think OIH is going to make a move as well. So here's DUG, okay, and there also here's that counterpart to the ascending wedge. There's the descending wedge, and I had been buying in here, huge volume every time it hit 26.50, big accumulated position. I still think this can go well past 40, but I think there's going to be a pullback here before that happens. And here is the one-day version of 3C. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can see the positive divergence here, still very positive, still looking very good on a one-day chart. But when we kind of break it down and we start to really look at the internals of it a little bit closer, here's a 60-minute, there's a negative divergence. The trend is starting to fall apart. The accumulation has turned into distribution. Profit is being locked in. Short sellers perhaps are coming into the trade. Here's a 15-minute version of this chart. Let me just zoom out a bit. And this is exactly when and where I got out. At this higher high in the negative divergence here, I got out at 37.75 in the morning over here, and that's exactly why. And I'll show you another version of this chart. This is a 5-minute version. You can see this should be making higher highs over here. It's not. It's making lower highs. This is why I'm getting out again. And one other, a 1-minute version. Let me just zoom out a little bit here. And here it is over here. This is where I got out. Should be making higher highs. It's making lower highs. And that's that negative divergence. So, as far as what's going on here, I don't really care. I just saw the distribution at the top. This is why I got out. So, in my opinion, oil and related oil services, watch out for those. As far as some trades that I'm in right now that I think maybe you might want to take a look at, I'm pretty much, most of these are either calls or puts. I'm in HNSN calls. I am in VRSN, VeriSign puts. That's a longer term position. Of course, I told you about the QQQ 46 calls, the DTO short. CPSL is a stock that I like a lot. I've got shares there, and I've also got calls there. I've got the UAUA puts, the 750 puts on those. I like that position a lot. GWR Railroad, I've got puts in that. I like that a lot. I just added to that on Friday. I've got JRJC calls, 1750 calls. I had already locked in some profit on that, so the big move there down on Friday I actually added in because I had made some money on that already, so I bought back some shares cheaper, actually calls cheaper. And ARBA, I went ahead and bought puts on that one on I think yesterday and perhaps Thursday as well, on that big move up. And Sienna, I like Sienna a lot. I bought 2250 calls on Sienna. XLU, I got some puts on XLU, 40 puts on that. And LUV, I've got puts on the airlines again. And that's pretty much it. So check out tradeguild.net, trade-guild.net, and lots of good posts there. We also have a tag board on the right-hand side of the blog that there's traders there all day talking in real time, and you can post some questions for me. I also have an email there up towards the right top right-hand corner of the blog if you want to shoot me an email. I am an affiliate for Warden for Telechart Blocks. This is the software I'm using. Again, these are my custom personal indicators that I use. But like I said, I'm an affiliate. If you haven't tried Blocks or Telechart, you want to give it a shot, go to my site. I have links to them. If you go to their site from my site for the first time, or if you sign up by phone and you tell them you heard about them from Trade Guild, they pay me a small commission. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Shoot me an email. Let me know that you signed up, and I'll be more than happy to share these indicators with you and show you how they work. And hopefully you can use them and make some money off them. And they take a little while to get to learn and to use, but after you get the hang of them, you can spot accumulation distribution. You can see what the big guys are doing, and that's what technical analysis is all about. So this is Brant from TradeGuild.net. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.